Hi, welcome to Pilates. My name is Sue. Today we're going to start standing against the wall. If you don't have a wall by you, you can just stand and pretend you're against the wall, and then later try it against the wall and see the differences that you're feeling. So I do classical Pilates, so it might be a little bit different than the other Pilates you do. This is the way that Joseph Pilates designed it and was intended for Pilates to be. Let's start against the wall. So depending on how far away your feet are is going to be on your shoulders and your back. So we can be in parallel or you can be in Pilates stance. Either way is fine. So what I want my hips to be against the wall, and then I want to find my rib cage right here. So like if you wore a bra strap or a heart rate monitor, that is going to be against the wall. So you have to push that down. This part might not be against the wall. It depends on your back shape. And then I want to get my shoulders, the back of my shoulders against the wall. So I got to go out a little bit further and bend my knees a little more to get that part on, and then lengthen the back of the neck. Ideally, we want to get that head against the wall, but some of us, it might not be there because if we get the head against, and then some other things are going to go on. So I'm going to try to pull those shoulders and just keep that neck long. So I don't want to shorten it or drop that chin too much. So the fight generally is rib cage and shoulders. If I pull the rib cage, these will roll. If I pull those back, this will pop. So trying to find the best between them. And then we're going to lift those shoulders up and then pull the shoulders into the wall. And I'm going to call this in socket. Out is pulling it away so I can really reach them up high. So I'm going to keep them in the socket, taking it down. You should feel all of this having to work. Now we're going to keep it into the socket and only go as high as you can without arching that chest up or taking them out and bringing them up. And all of a sudden, those arms should feel really heavy. Your abs are working, your ribs are pulling in, and my shoulders. I can only go this high because I've got some shoulder issues, but this helps with it. At least for mine. And so it's all working here. You can hold really small weights, but unless you are able to be all close, not all the way in with those shoulders back, I want to add weight. So we're going to work without weights to work on your range of motion, trying to open this chest up and stretch it and work the backs of those shoulders. So when we get onto the mat to do our exercises, I want you to feel this wall behind you. Your hips are against it, your ribs are against it, your shoulders against it, and your head's lengthened. So if your head isn't against the wall, you know when you get to the ground, you need to put a pillow underneath it. Otherwise, you're going to be shortening that back. Let's go ahead and switch it one arm at a time. You might be able to go a little bit deeper into that stretch. And then do everything with intention. So I can just do these exercises and not get anything out of it, but I'm pulling in using my abs, and it makes a huge difference. So this arm is straight as it can be. And a lot of times I can go higher, but have it bent a little, but I only can go this high with it straight. So keeping it straight. Good, and then bring it down, relax for a second. Now we're going to do circles. So again, pull those ribs in, reach those arms up. Now this is the part where we open, keep pulling those ribs in. It's easy to let everything go and not make that challenging there on that opening part, and then squeezing down. And I hope you can feel that difference when you're really working or if you're just going along with that exercise. Good, 2 more. This is something that can be done every single day. Take a break from your work for a few seconds and then switch that direction. Same here. This is where I could release and make it easy. Really work hard there. Just everything we do in our life is rounded forward. This is trying to get us back to that, let's call it our neutral position. Shoulders are back, everything's in alignment. One more here. Good. And I feel whole backside of my body working. Go ahead and come up and then stand all the way up. We'll go to the end of our mat. We'll be in Pilates stance, heels together, toes apart. Genie those arms, arm presses down, bottom arm presses up. We're gonna keep the heels squeezed together, and I want you to try to lift straight up without leaning forward to lift up. And it's a lot harder. Think about between two planes of glass to lift and lower. Lift up without going forward and lower down, and feel that difference from just normally. This is me using my ankle joint. I want you to use those glute joints or the glute muscle to lift straight up. It's so much harder, and down. Just like the saying, if it's easy, it's not Pilates. The smallest, tiniest movements are very hard. I'm feeling this wrap, feeling my inner thighs squeeze. Heels have to stay squeezing together. Good. One more time, and you see I can't get up very high unless I'm gonna cheat. Good, and bring it down. Let's go ahead and bend those knees. And then squeeze them back together. Good, take it down. And squeeze. Two more times, see if you can go down lower without changing that form, and back up. Your ankle joint might be that limiter. That's what's limiting you from going deeper, and that's our stopping point then. And then bring it back up, step behind you, and lower it down nice and controlled. We're gonna lay down. I'm gonna go this direction instead. We'll lay down, pull the knees in, and push the tailbone away. Get that nice and heavy. Arms are gonna reach up. Now find that wall you just were on. Shoulders pull down, these ribs pull down. That lower back's gonna be the similar distance away as it was on the wall. And that tailbone and hips have to stay against it. So a lot of times we roll and get them off. We gotta find our wall. So even before any exercise, you can go against the wall to see where we're supposed to be. Reach those arms up. We're gonna extend the legs as you curl into our 100. The backs of the shoulders have to stay against that wall, so we're not up in here. We're pulling it down, pumping. And those arms are nice and strong. So you inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. Nice and strong arms. They're not those spaghetti arms. We're pressing down heavy. You can keep going here. If you want to do a little bit more coordination, we'll add those legs crossing back and forth. Keep breathing in for 5 and exhale out for 5. Curl up a little higher, ribs stay against that wall. 2 more times. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale and exhale. Hold it and then bring it all the way down. Good. Extend those legs out long, heels together. Reach it up. Find that back against that wall. So a lot of us, those ribs might have lifted off of it. Get those ribs back down, shoulders pull back. Lift just that head. Everything's still against that wall. We're gonna keep the ribs against it, and you're gonna try to curl around those ribs and then lift those ribs off the wall, curl around that belly button, and then take it all the way forward. Pull that full foot back, not just those toes, and then control, staying lifted and bringing it down. One bone at a time. One more nice and slow. Find those ribs against the wall. Control, peel off. It should be harder to go slower. And you should feel like this is shortening, but we don't want it to keep lengthening it away. And reach far. And control, nice and slow down. I'm gonna take this off so you can see it better. And then now 3 nice and smooth. Keeping those lift in that waist. 2 more times. Good. And then come down. Left foot's going to flex as much as you can. Think about pushing that right heel as far away from you. Right leg comes up, take it across your body, down, around, and pause. So nice and controlled, down, around, pause. Don't let anything move. One more here. Reverse it. Open that chest, check the wall. What's off the wall now? Good, pull that belly in, scissor those legs. Right heel pushes away. This hip is still lengthened. Down, around, pause. And reverse it. We're gonna go pretty quickly through these exercises we've been working on. So we can do some standing leg exercises at the end. Good, down, reach it up, curl it up, and sit with those feet wide. Again, you can sit on that box. If your hamstrings are tight, bend the knees, because we're stretching this back, not at the backs of our legs. Lift up on those sit bones and then release it. Good, lift up, stretch as high, and then exhale, reach out, and then stack back up. Inhale, lift up, and then exhale, exhale, exhale. Belly is pulling back in opposition, and stack it up. One more time. Grab those feet or wherever you can reach. Pull everything back. Good, hands by your hips. Scoop that belly, reach out of those feet. And you don't even want to push hard, you're just kind of balancing. And you're gonna scoop with your abdominals to lift those legs up and bring it back down. So trying not to use the quads, we're trying to use those abs to reach those legs away to lift them up. If that's too challenging, you work on one leg at a time. Lift it up, lift, lift. One more time, reach both of them, lift them up, and then reach for that open leg rocker. Open that chest and just try to press through those arms. Arms are nice and straight, chest is lifted. Squeeze those legs together and bring it back down. We're gonna roll onto our back. Legs are up, arms press here. Right leg goes all the way over and pull it back in. Left leg over, but that right one's nice and stable. Good, right one goes over, lift that left hip up, heels spring together and come back in. Left side, right lifts, but both of my shoulders and both ribs are staying on that mat. So I'm pulling this rib in opposition. Getting ready for twists and snake exercises. Good, reach them up, take them both down and bring it back in. Lift, take them both all. So everything in the mat can be linked to reformer exercises, Cadillac, all the other exercises, down, around, and up. There's a sequence to everything. It's just not randomly picking exercises. It's working all ways of the spine. One more each. Good, bring those knees in, extend those legs long, and control, peel up one bone at a time. Take those feet nice and wide, lift that chest up, arms reach out to the sides. You're gonna twist, twist, twist. Now pull that right hip back a little bit further and take it down and stack back up. So again, let's pretend we have that wall behind us. Both hips stay behind it, shoulders, ribs, and the head reaches back. And those hips have to stay against that wall. Back arm reaches away and lifts. Reach it away and lift. One more each. Good, and then come up. We're gonna just put in that rolling like a ball in our ab series here. Reach those toes away, lift that chest, and go ahead and rock all the way back if you choose, or you can hold it and go back an inch up and down. Good, if you're doing full rolls, let's do 4 more. We're not shortening, our heels stay close. If we want to test it, let's bring our arms up. Keep the elbows connected to the knees. Oh, I was cheating a little, that one was harder. How much were you using your arms to get up? 1 more. Good, single leg stretch. Roll it back. Reach out of that hip and then pull these ribs back, curl around them and reach. Open that chest. Shins pressing up, hands are pressing down, so the upper body is working a lot too. And switch, switch. Full body workout, every exercise, get everything involved. 2 more each. Good, and lower down. Okay, find that wall again. Ribs, shoulders. We're gonna curl up, even though we're curled up, think of that wall. So the same thing as we did against the wall, it's gonna be arm circles. Reach those arms up, find them in that socket to circle it around, keep it challenging, pull it in. Inhale, exhale. 3 more. You should feel the upper body a lot more than you're used to now. 1 more. And lower it down. Reach those legs up. Tailbone is against or down. Hips are against that wall. Try to straighten your legs as much as you can. Reach up, grab that right leg, pull it in deeper. Feel that stretch and switch. Pull, pull. Both hips stay against that wall though. Don't let the hips move. So we're keeping them nice and wide. You can always lower your head down. 1 more each. And then bring it down. Let's make a diamond with our fingers and put it right underneath our bottom. So it's her tailbone's gonna be right in the middle of that. Now make it so most of your weight's on your thumb. And I basically can wiggle my fingers. That means I'm tucking my tailbone up, and a lot of us like to do that. I am definitely a tailbone tucker. Now put most of the weight on the other fingers, and you see how my ribs popped, and it actually hurts my lower back, so don't do that. Pull those ribs down, and you wanna find that weight so both your thumbs and your fingers have the same amount of weight on them. Open that chest so the backs of the shoulders stay down. You're gonna lower those legs without changing that pressure on your fingers and bring it back up. Everybody wants to be down in here. I have no weight on my thumbs right now, so I'm not there yet. If you're not working correctly, you're not gonna get the results that we want. Smaller range gets better in the muscles, that's where we stay. 2 more. And then pull back in. Hands go behind your head. You can either stack your hands or you can interlace them. And I like to interlace them because I kind of like not pull my neck, but I'm lengthening it. Instead of just having them back here, they're actually kind of scooping on my neck and lengthening my neck long. And my thumbs can go right here and just kind of give that nice long length. And then we're gonna rotate, lift up higher in the center, and then extend the other way. Both hips stay against that wall though. Head pushes back into your hands, and your hands help lengthen it away from your body. 1 more each side. and then rest down. Good, let's go ahead and turn on to our belly. Hands can go right underneath your forehead and pull your belly button up. So I actually like to think of it as the rib, pull the rib up instead, and the belly button will come up too. We're gonna reach the leg away from us, and that back of your leg, your hamstring, is what's gonna lift it up, and then set it down. Lift the left leg up, reach it away, and lift. Lift a little bit, reach it away, lift higher, lift again. Good, now reach that right leg up, lift it away, keep pulling that belly in, and now you're gonna bend that knee with the hamstring and then pull it in deeper and extend it out. Those legs stay squeezing together. And a lot of people start cramping in the hamstring because, ooh, I'm using the right muscle. They're so used to picking it up with their quad. Use that hamstring to curl and pull it in deeper and switch. Curl, pull in deeper, switch. One more each. Good, and then go ahead and sit back onto those heels. And then flip over. We'll do a couple neck pulls. We'll sit up tall, start it on top, hinge back, roll it down. Hands go by your thighs to start, and you're gonna press in, pull those feet back, and peel up, curl up over that big beach ball, lift up tall again, hinge it back, roll it down. Just two more here. Good, last full one. And take it all the way down, turn to your side. We're gonna try to be up on the elbow this time. So feet will be slightly in front of me, and I'm not hanging out here watching TV. I'm lifted. I'm not really touching anywhere here. If that's too much, you can be down here, but I'm still lifted by keeping this hip away so both sides are working. Good, bring that top leg up. We're gonna sweep it forward and sweep it back. Good, try to keep that bottom leg anchored to that ground, and this hip stays away. And try not to move forward and back at all. And then heel to heel. You're gonna do the side bicycle. You're gonna slide that foot up your inseam, extend it, and bring it down. Watch this hip. I'm not letting it come up, so I get a huge range of motion. That's shortening here. That's as high as I can go. One more. And then reverse it, lift it, bend, and reach it away. Lift, bend, away, one more. Good, both feet are gonna lift up and down. Hold it up, bottom one up and down. And then heels together, we're gonna do beats, both legs move, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Flip to that other side. Your body's at the back of your mat, legs at the front. Find whichever arm position you're gonna use. Bottom foot, try to anchor, so that heel and a toe. Lift this up, find that space, forward and back. Kick, kick, extend. Two more. And then that side bicycle, bring it up, extend it, and down. One more, and reverse it. Good, up and down with both legs. Hold it up, bottom leg up and down. And then beats for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're gonna roll it onto that back. Reach those arms. Extend the legs out to that 45. If you are by the wall, put your feet into the wall and see how that helps. So you can be here, push the feet into the wall as you curl up and keep pushing it away as you roll down. So it's a good help, but it also is a good check on your cheating. Because are you lowering and lifting the legs as you come up? So the wall can be harder to lift it up. And one more. Let's get up really tall and bring it back down. Let's go ahead and stand on up. We're gonna go back to your wall if you have it. If you don't have the wall, you don't need it. We're gonna do the mountain climber. It's usually done on the Wunda chair, but we'll do it against the wall. We'll do both sides, so pick whichever side you want first. So the one heel is gonna be against the wall, and you're just gonna stagger the feet. So the feet will still be in line with those sit bones. And then I want your hips against the wall. And then we're going to lift up and we're gonna hold. So this right hip wants to pull away, you gotta push it back. And that's gonna activate all these legs. We're rounded, holding, and then we're gonna travel it up. Hips stay against the wall. Keep pulling that right hip back. So we're coming up for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it here. Still pressing back. Holding for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then roll it down. Both hips push back. Heel presses into the wall. Curling it down. And hold here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And come back up. So you felt this leg working. Not quite as hard as on that Wunda chair, but it will help us get strong for it. Both hips against the wall. You can always take it down deeper. 2. We're gonna round, push both hips back, heel presses back, belly pulls up as much as you can, holding, and then travel it up. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. And then travel down. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Belly scoops back a lot. Both hips press in. Good. Step that foot up and roll it back up. We'll go wide. So this would be on the reformer, the side splits. So toes are out. We're gonna press down, wrapping these, or this can be done in front of the ladder rail too, and that makes you open them up even more. Whole foot is gonna press down, inner thighs squeeze together. So again, our intention of the exercise, I can just do these, but I wanna press down, open, lift my chest. Find those things against that wall. You can slide against it if you want, so you know you're not cheating. And then foot presses, inner thighs, bring it up. Good, go back down. Good, open these knees more. Take it down lower. We'll hold it out here for a second. Keep pulling those knees back and then squeezing it up. One more time, slow down. Find those shoulder blades back, find those ribs. Open those knees more, take it deeper, just so those hips aren't lower than your knees. Squeeze in, and then come out of that. Release those legs a little bit. We got time? We don't have time. So we'll go back to our Pilates stance. Wrap those thighs around, open that chest. Now envision that wall behind you. Are those ribs in the wall?
because a lot of us like to stand like this. We got to pull that pelvis in, pull those ribs back, open that chest so we have that nice posture. Inhale, reach it up. Open those arms, shoulders pull you down. Exhale all the way down. One more time, inhale up. Always ending with good posture and trying to take it with us for the rest of the day. Thank you all for coming. I hope you have a great day.